Hey guys, welcome to the 2022 Antique Radio Club of Illinois Radio Fest. I don't think I've been to one of these in a couple of years, what with COVID and all, so I'm curious to see what all there is to see. And of course, it's one of the hottest weekends of the year so far. It's pushing 90 at 9 a.m. Hey, I see a TV already. That's a good sign. Ooh, 2 TVs. 3 TVs. I know it can be kind of nauseating watching people walk around these swap fests, so I'll try to take it slow and keep the camera steady as best I can. Now I gotta find my buddy who's meeting me here. There he is.
Hey, made it.
Made it.
Well,
yeah, I was just commenting on how hot it's gonna be today.
looks like it's gonna be hot. That's what it looks like it's gonna be.
Yeah. But no rain.
Oh, that's good.
And it looks like a pretty good turnout. We didn't go last year, did we?
Nope.
Or the year before, I think. Well, I'm torn about prices, you know. It's rough economy, gas is expensive, people had to drive here. It's like the only event of the year. On the other hand, yeah, we all want to get a great deal. So you're looking for an All-American 5?
A5, A6. I think I already saw a A6 over there.
And this is for a guy that has...
It's a Farnsworth. I saw Farnsworth.
You and your Farnsworth.
What, you don't like that?
No, I don't think I've ever seen one before until you
really?
brought that one over.
That was on accident.
Don't go crazy and get married now.
Oh, a 752. That's one of like the highly prized ones.
That's where the wedding is.
Oh, you have one like this, right?
Museum on Lakeshore.
Yeah, I have a 600 and now an 800.
I've been at that museum.
And there's no parking.
I don't recall what the difference is.
They say. Where do you park?
I know, it's a good place to cut around.
Other than this is an earlier one.
Just get carjacked anyway, so you don't have to worry about parking the car.
Oh yeah, the Philco. I like the Philco stuff in this area because it's pretty. It's nickel plated with that kind of blue hammer tone. Oh yeah. You don't see it that often. Not much of a meter, though.
Good replace.
Guess that's all you need to know. Looks like it'll do compactrons, though. I think it's a bit newer than it looks like. Oh. Yeah, I couldn't make the auction last night. Partly, too, as I looked into how they work. I thought that was a Helicrafters TV. I think you have to... Well, I didn't quite understand it. Yeah. I had one, a wood version ages ago and sold it. Those are cool sets.
Big roll of magnet wires.
Oh, look at this Zenith. It's got to be one of their first.
Yeah. Super. It's a super Zenith.
Back when the dials just went... I was going to say 0 to 100, but that's going 0 to 180.
0 to 180?
Maybe that's actually degrees of like coil rotation.
Oh, degrees. So you know where about you have your coil?
You need magnet wire?
Yeah, I saw that.
Big Bird.
It says don't see me call that number.
Oh, well.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
That's the problem with selling solo, you know. You gotta go to the bathroom or something.
That's stuff in DigiKey.
Being used as a display case.
Great. Philco 3810.
Normally it's storm, but
You ever see one of these before?
No, it looks like that. what was the name of that brand? The French one you had?
A Sonora?
No. Is that what this is?
No, I think it's a Crosley.
It has a lot of wood on it.
Well, that's the thing. It's rep wood. It's I think like sawdust and glue. They do it like high steam pressure, something into a mold.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah, if you collect the early ones and you started early.
They made this for a few years, kind of an oddball thing.
At some point.
He don't know how to sell nothing.
Yeah.
He'll trade a radio if he's got 3 of the same kind. He'll trade.
Okay.
There's got to be something he really wants before he'll make it.
Oh, I think it's the smallest Zenith I've ever seen. Cool. Well, the reason I ask is
He's an electrician. He's like 42 and
but what kind of equipment does he have?
nothing. Soldering iron.
Yeah, that's why the only reason I'm nervous about getting like an All-American 5 is that if it's a hot chassis, he'll need to get that.
Some sort of
It's a frog. Frog. It was a frog.
it was. It's the Geico thing.
He'll need an isolation transformer.
We have them at work.
Oh, okay, cool. All right.
Little ones. They're not in a case or anything.
My only other thought was it might have mica disease, which is not much
No,
fun
well, I'm
for.
trying to get 40s. That's why the.
Oh.
Where did I do it? Probably over there.
Need any tubes?
What?
Do you need any tubes?
Oh yeah.
They have a pretty wide assortment of just about everything.
Did you end up putting yours sideways so you could see the?
Some of them I ended up reorienting, some I didn't. Yeah, he's got the same idea with the clear plastic bins.
Yeah, so you can kind of see what you got in there.
But yeah, it's the same problem I had. I put most of them vertical, and then when you store them, you can't see what you got. Yeah, you can make a sheet and try to maintain it as you take tubes in and out, but who's going to do that? But lately, all I've been working on is Predicta, so I just pulled out a whole bunch of tubes for those TVs, and I haven't had to worry about it. But going forward, I think I'll have to organize better.
Those were 4 cameras. So they had
I tried to group them by designators, but when I started out, I didn't know like what tubes do I have that start with 2 or 3 or 5 or 6. Is there anything you're looking for?
What's that?
You. Is there anything that you need?
No. I just come out and look.
Oh yeah, you said you wanted to finish all your projects before you buy anyone.
Before I start a new one. I haven't finished the record player one yet.
Yeah.
I think I need to buy the service manual because I took it all apart and I don't think I put it back the right way. And I ran out of white lithium grease. I need to go buy more because it doesn't cut it with just putting 3-in-1 oil on and everything. You actually need some grease.
That's too thin.
Because it needs to be a little heavier.
Right.
Or else it'll just slide like crazy and it's not meant to do that.
Right.
Like I think if you don't put that lithium grease on it, it keeps cycling the cam over and over and over and over and it won't stop because it just, instead of going once around and stopping, it'll keep going.
Gotcha. Wang? A Wang tube tester?
That's what it says.
Oh, it's an ICO.
No, it's an ICO. Okay.
I mean, yeah, the case is.
What is Wang? This is military?
Yeah. Oh, that's a TV7. That's another one of those very, very, very highly prized tube testers.
What does he want for it?
I don't know. I don't see a price. You don't need a tube tester that good.
No.
No, I mean, really nobody does. Unless you want to sell matched tubes on eBay or something.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's another Zenith Cube.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Oh, these are all nice, really nice shape. Jackson Bell.
You don't want to keep them on the sun too long.
Yeah, really.
Looks like somebody's been sanding on that cube though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the top got sanded down, it looks like. And then just clear coated. Oh. Saltwater. I actually have one of these. I think it's the last radio they made. Mine's in miserable condition. All the wood was delaminated. It's a really weird oddball design inside. They're trying to minimize costs. I think it's series strung.
Oh, it is.
I think it has some kind of weird ballast. It's been a while since I looked at it. But I think it's a TRF. Huh. Oh, somebody painted that. Actually, they put wallpaper on it. I'll tell it to him.
Oh, that's not original?
I don't know. There's a weird texture to it.
Yeah.
It could be.
I don't like buying stuff that's already made.
Oh. No, I just... That kind of thing I collect, but I've seen that before.
That's a strange one, huh?
Yeah.
What year was that radio?
It's good to narrow your focus, I think, a little bit when you collect.
I saw somebody walk away with it.
Oh, yeah. RCA 45s.
Maybe I can get that last
Here's what you put in there.
They were, I think they were the Mercury.
Mercury battery.
Yeah.
Huh.
But they did have the, I think 67.5 and the, with like the D-shape shaped batteries. I think like a Mercury one.
I'm guessing most of that's for the batteries.
Yes, like from me.
Use a little.
It's very compact in there.
Little miniature low voltage tubes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's all those ones. The 1 volt and 3 volt.
Need some help. A lot of Zeniths here. There's a lot of Zenith radios here.
Oh, yeah.
Share sides.
Yeah, he has most. No, not most, but some RCA, some Philco.
Avalon. Yeah, is that? Nah, it's just gold foil. Most of it mica. Oh, it's a true tone. That's cool. It's a lot of presets.
That's push button?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And it looks like you can maybe rotate them to lock the station in or something.
Oh, you remove that center thing, or you what?
I don't know. I just noticed there's like, there's a grippy thing.
Yeah,
on each
maybe
one.
that is the IF.
I'm afraid to mess with it.
I'm saying maybe that is the IF setting to get it to be that state.
Maybe you pull them out.
Right.
And
That's how the AM radios on cars work. You would turn it to where you wanted it, and you would push it in.
Yeah.
Take that.
Good old days.
What's his name that has that little puppet?
Oh. Buzz.
Oh yeah, Buzz.
Charlie McCarthy or whatever.
Whatever that puppet is.
Atwater Kent. Someday maybe.
What, a regen?
Well, just the Atwater Kent breadboard.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'd want one though, so I don't know what I would do with it.
Open.
Oh, it's expensive too. It's brass based.
I bet. No, I just locked there. Oh, you mean the brass base here? The tube is not brass.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought they were. Yeah, they're cool. I don't know if they work all that well. I think it's just cool for the way they look and unique design idea. Those little islands. Oh.
For the, what's it called?
Yeah. So,
What do we call that one? The one that...
tandem.
Tandem there.
Or the penthouse. It'd be a mixed bag, though. I mean, rare, it's cool, but rare means if you can't get parts.
That too.
That could be a finicky mechanism.
Yeah, 'cause I bought another one that's Canadian.
Forget it.
Sometimes it's just the American with. They'll use some Canadian parts. I think they might have a law in Canada that a certain percentage has to be Canadian-made stuff. Like use all Robertson fasteners or Rogers tubes. That's a big tube maker.
That.
Oh, this looks like some kind of film projector, or maybe it's an automated Morse code thing.
I don't know. I'm not sure what it is.
Some big relays.
Some coils on it.
Oh, knob guys. Need any knobs?
Knobs?
Not as much as I used to, thankfully.
No? You found most of them?
Yeah. I'm sure I do, but I'm drawing a blank right now. Yeah, the main thing I needed knobs for was the radio I bought at the last Radio Fest we went to. The guy pulled all the knobs off my radio.
Wait. I sold the knobs off of there by all.
Is that real, or did somebody...
No, I think that's...
You never know, sometimes people just take liberties with something and repurpose it. Okay. Portaphone. Oh, it's an intercom. It's not even a radio. Oh yeah, so yeah, there's the real deal. I don't know, silk emitter radio like that. Oh, I didn't realize how small these were in person.
You seen them?
I've seen them on photos of them online. That it was like a throwback. I think it's a modernish tea like from the 80s or 70s. And they want to give it that old look, but it's tiny. Yeah, very colorful.
I've seen them in wood.
Yeah, no, I don't.
They're pretty big RC. Like the
I don't do plastic radios, but I see the appeal.
Oh, the colors.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, TVs.
Oh wow.
Or ATV. I don't know. It is. It's a bit newer though, so can't be anything too.
So the option.
This is a donation area. Damn, it's usually just a little pile of junk, but this is.
Donation, but they got prices on it. What do you mean?
Or maybe this. We got to read the signs. I can't quite see them because they're kind of cut off.
You know what? We moved a lot.
Yeah, I'm not sure what this area is about.
No, it is, but selected donations may be sold for fixed prices prior to the auction. Oh, so this is the stuff that's going to be auctioned off at 3, I guess.
Oh. You can't buy this now.
I don't know. I don't know because I can only read half the sign. Yes. Or the next one over, there's several signs. They should have probably put the signs at the other end of the table so people could actually see them.
Oh yeah.
Please inquire on any item of interest. I think yes, you can buy them now, but you got to talk to someone.
At whatever price is written on them.
45.
Let's see what that one is. 45 G2. That's the unamplified version. This is the version you just plug in right into it.
Yeah, so there's no built-in speaker or amplifier?
Nope. Just all mechanical. And the cartridge is gone.
Yeah, enjoy your videos.
Oh, thanks.
Let's see if it,
Well, stick around till 3 and you can maybe get it for $1.
really?
I don't know. Well, from what I've seen of auctions, the few that I've experienced firsthand, stuff goes really cheap. I mean, first off, there won't be many people left at 3. And most of the people that will be left are selling.
You can't buy it before the auction?
No, you just ask me and I'll set a price.
Oh, about that.
What is that? You're pointing at about 50 different items?
You must be Bobby Anderson.
I must be.
$20.
Well, you're famous, sort of, kind of. Into the old little tiny world. Yeah, I was hoping you would show up.
Oh, really?
Hi.
I'm Bill Cohn.
Down to
Hi,
1.
Bill. Nice to meet you.
I saw your. Well, I've seen your videos. You're nutty enough to rebuild lots of Predictas, which I would never do.
Lately.
I work for Zenith, and nobody designed a worse television set than Philco.
Wow.
They were lovely to look at. They just didn't know how to design the innards of television sets.
True. Well, they were.
But you make them work.
I make them work. Oh, it's interesting. There's a Predicta Facebook group that has a couple guys who are really serious about it, and they've been digging and finding old articles from the time about what did people think about them when they came out. And they didn't sell that well because they were too radical.
Yes.
And they showed some photos of them in people's homes, and they have this sort of early American decor, and then this crazy-looking thing.
Yeah, it was something that would show up in Architectural Digest magazine.
Yeah.
Home and Garden, because it looked real nice. And you know, I'll admit they were, you know, to have a long cord with 20,000 volts on the other end. That was an interesting idea for remote
down
control.
there. Yeah.
But you're the guy who will fix them for people who want them to work.
For now,
Yeah.
I'm thinking maybe I'll do it for about a year, and then I'm gonna.
Can you
retire.
really make money doing it?
No.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, transoceanics.
Yeah, the transoceanics that responds. Which one was which? This was first, right? And then RCA came up with that world something.
Oh, probably.
Well, this one actually has a beat frequency oscillator. Not that they didn't.
I don't know much about them, to be honest. I know they're really popular. Man, are they cicadas or something?
Yep.
Crazy.
This is what the induction units sound like. Except super loud.
Oh yeah, they're fade away.
Because they're like whatever 2-3 kilohertz. So they're annoying.
I'm thinking that's a reproduction. I could be wrong.
No?
Oh, no.
Oh, it's a radio.
Oh, okay. Yes, I think it looks old, but not that old. Not 100 years old. Yeah, there's a company called Guild that made all sorts of novelty radios. And you never know. Some look like it's a book that's a radio, or a little keg or a flower vase or something. There's a Fisher amp. The Fisher.
Somebody modified this
Fisher.
one to use 191.
What's that?
These speakers.
Oh yeah.
They adapted the mount inside here instead of.
I didn't realize in the amps to make them like rack mountable, they mount them at an angle.
Yeah, you would have to.
And it fits the
I guess.
full wire.
Mount these at an angle, huh?
That's what's in mine.
This XL6 is on.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, nice to visit with you. You'll be stay in the shade. I'm going inside. You know, the humidity.
The Fisher.
A few people are doing it.
Yeah, it's not just hot, it's really humid too. It rained for about a minute last night just to kind of add a little to it. I've not enjoyed this summer too much, to be honest. Hey, isn't that
pretty nice looking?
the tuning's backwards?
Yeah, it is. $200. What is it?
Keen Tone.
Never heard of that one.
No. Almost looks more like an amp than a radio.
Yeah.
Or a PA or something. Yeah, that is a nice radio. Airline.
I like they have both here.
Zenith Transoceanics and the RCA.
Oh yeah, you have one. Yeah, you have that.
I have that one.
And they got the, I forget what they call it, the version that has the sailboat on the speaker.
That one in the middle?
Is that the Tropic? No, the one in the front, right in front of you.
Oh, this one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the Zenith. I forgot what they were called.
I think it's the tropical version. Yeah. You know that bridge that we tried to get working?
Oh, yeah.
I found some other videos on it. I'm pretty sure that one is just flat out defective. Because it shouldn't be that hard to use.
Oh, really?
It's so flaky. That's why I never posted the video, because it just kind of went nowhere.
My goodness, it is a radio. Look at this.
Yeah, it's Guild. It's exactly what I was just talking about. Guild radio. Totally novelty. They weren't good radios, and even the novelty stuff was kind of cheesy.
The kettle. Off on.
Very silly. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting we're looking for a radio for you, buddy.
I already did find one.
Oh. When you said you got the radio,
No, I already had that one.
Oh, yeah, right. I thought it looked familiar.
That one?
Yeah, we did.
Or no, we did my mother-in-law's, and then I did that one on my own.
Was it a Farnsworth?
Both of them were Farnsworth, yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I was thinking that could
This
be
one, the one I found, is actually nicer than the one I had.
I can finally see what this TV is. More transoceanic down that other end. Oh, he's got a butterfly too. Someday.
What?
This radio, it's a famous Philco model called the
this one
Butterfly.
right
Yeah, 54C.
$150. That's pretty beat up.
Yeah, but if you want a reasonable price, I mean, it's not that bad. The speaker points straight up.
Yeah, these normally sell for like $100. That RCA B,
Oh, there's another one.
B something, I forget what it is, but it's like 1940, 1941. And it was portable, like the portable.
That's why I like going to these events. You know, I'm not really looking to buy anything, but it's just good to see other examples of stuff. You know, see variations. Never heard of them. It's crazy how many small radio brands there were. Yeah, I may have even seen this exact unit at the last swap meet.
A recovery unit, no?
Yeah.
Put some burn-in on your...
I thought about getting one just because it has the like a 4 meter, so you can see all the guns simultaneously. What turned me off was I just couldn't find much info about it to see like service info or see how well it was made. That's a Hewlett Packard.
Oh wow!
It looks pretty. I'm used to all their stuff being so industrial, laboratory looking. I just want to buy it just for that.
It's yours for $50.
Yeah. Oh, that's dual. Huh. Model 1222A. So what is this? Looks like a CRT got necked. Oh, that's why I don't recognize it. That's German or no, British, I mean. I think. EKCO.
original Heath kit, that front pulls out.
Oh, gotcha. Oh,
Oh,
yes it does.
be careful. Yeah.
Is that British?
Yep.
Ah,
Echo,
Yeah.
1950s.
ah. I collect TVs and that just looked so odd to me. I figured it had to be foreign.
Yeah, I think 405 line, that was before PAL or CCAM.
Yeah, yeah.
I'd rather you bought the box.
$40. Rough.
Yeah, they're putting away their stuff already.
Yeah, well, I figured these people have been here since like 6 a.m.
And it's hot.
It's open to the public at 7. Yeah. This is a breeze. I'm sure I'm getting completely fried. No sunblock, no hat. Pasty white.
You didn't bring that?
No, I didn't prepare. Yeah, didn't you talk with that guy before?
Knobs?
Oh, yeah. No, I was just surprised at how large the speaker is. Early times.
Move the donation auction up to 11:15.
Wooden knobs.
Yeah, with the exception of television.
Another TO. They're everywhere.
The auction's moving up to 11:15.
Those look like modern, like somebody turned these on a lathe recently. I don't think those are old knobs. And that's what it looks like when you try to strip the paint off the big light cabinet. Whatever paint they used back then really holds on, yeah. A lot of paint removers won't even touch it. Citrus strip works pretty well, but then you really gotta get it in there and scrub it. It's a horrible, messy job.
Well, you just sand it right off. You don't care about the
True, but getting into the speaker grills is...
Oh, yeah.
I know this because I've done it once, so I don't ever want to do that.
Firestone, huh?
Yeah. I got a Firestone TV in storage.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, there was talk online trying to figure out, like, where were they actually sold? Because Firestone now, like then, I mean, there was a car place.
Right.
So, like, did they sell radios in, like, their service centers, or what?
Well, one has a nicer map on it than the other one over there. That looks kind of damaged.
Huh, there's one guy I know that I see at every swap meet, and I don't see him here. Oh, reel to reel?
I don't know, what is it? What brand is this? Network recorder.
I was going to say Coronado, but that's not right. Boy, they did not choose a very good font for their name.
Concert tone?
Yeah, concert tone. You got it.
Yeah, you can read it better on the
Oh, yeah.
meter.
I wonder if that was used in, like, public settings.
Well, it only has 2 settings. So this must be prior to 60s or maybe 60s, because the IPS, the inches per second, 7.5 is the slowest. 15 was 1950s.
Maybe it was for
Where
like...
you had very little time on each side of your... You would have to flip it really fast. It's 15 inches per second is really fast.
Yeah.
Remote control. I bet you that weighs a ton.
Yeah, look at that. There's one motor for each reel.
That's the braking resistor.
12:15 for the auction.
I got burnt by one of those, man.
12:15 for the auction.
Huge transformer in the bottom.
The one I had was like 70 pounds, and it was way smaller than that. But it wasn't that big. It was
Okay, we looked at all these, right? You need that. That's a really good radio. It's a really good price.
85, yes.
Well, check it out. Remember that 37690 I've got? This is similar design.
Yeah, with the it has the speakers that are not really speakers.
Yeah, I thought those were radiators before, but they're actually resonators. They're sound absorbers,
right,
to balance out the acoustics of the cabinet.
Except the compliance on them isn't any good anymore. I have a 116, and they have to be really perfectly matched to work, and they've stiffened up over time.
It looks like they would.
Don't really hear the difference, anyways. They weren't very effective.
Looks like there should be a back on this too.
Yep.
No, they didn't have backs.
Huh? Because maybe somebody added it because it's got all these.
Oh, somebody added that, you think?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
They were kind of baffled. I have a 116, just the rare model. I'm an acoustical engineer.
Well, that's going to be about it. People, I really kind of had enough with the heat since things are wrapping up a couple hours early. I bought some parts, and I bought one big thing that I will unveil when I get it home. There are some presentations we may or may not stick around for. This is being held at the Medina Shriners facility here in lovely Addison, Illinois. So apparently there were two Predicta tandems here, and I guess this is the guy that got them, I think. For $200 a pop, was the rumor I heard. And it's no wonder he pounced on them. This is the last of the last. Everything's down to $5 a piece. And yeah, I did find some more stuff to buy.
Somebody else doesn't.
Yeah, as long as nobody's going to take it from here. Oh.
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say it, but some of the stuff's worth it just for
not have it.
scavenging the tubes. Of course, the hood is missing, the row is missing. I fabricated one out of a plastic spoon, as memory serves. But just for the 71A output tube globe, I mean, hard to go wrong.
Hey, he's got another one that looks like that.
$2? $10. Thank you.
Magic Brain Radio.
Yeah, maybe you can change that.
I'm gonna be so sunburned. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a YouTube channel. I'll edit it down to the interesting bits and put it up. Oh man, it is taking forever to get back. Appears to be a bad accident up ahead. 95 degrees, baking in the sun, stuck in traffic. And I can't wait to get back home to show you guys what all I picked up. So that donation area, I guess in the past I never stuck around long enough to see what all goes down with that, but so yeah, a lot of the items had prices on them, and so it started off with, they said just knock half the price off, and after that round it went down to I think maybe just $5 an item, and then $1 an item, and then free. When I left, it was still, I'd say about 75% had been taken up, and what was left was really kind of, well, empty, busted up empty radio cabinets, bare chassis with all the tubes harvested, wires, old manuals, old records, that kind of stuff. So I don't think anything too tragic is going to get thrown away. And I'm happy with what I got. Oh man. Finally off the highway, making my way home. It looked like no one was hurt in that accident, so that's a good thing. 100 degrees out according to my car's dashboard here. Otherwise, beautiful day, no rain, just some fluffy clouds. Alright, should be home in about 5 minutes, and then I will pop open the hatch and show you guys what I got. Home, safe and sound. So, what all did I get? Well, here is that TV. We'll talk plenty more about that in a bit. When we got down to the $1 in the free pile, I did go back and grab some more stuff. This is a nice Cornell Dublier capacitor analyzer with no cabinet. It's got a nice dial, it looks like it's all there, nice push button action. It's a little bit newer, nicer version of the solar capacitor bridge that you've seen probably used in many videos. No enclosure, but I'm thinking now that I have a new workbench, I might want to make some type of custom setup like I see a lot of guys do, where they have a variac isolation transformer, various meters and signal generators built into a custom enclosure, so that would be a good candidate for that. Also grab some publications. This one on top is a General Electric correspondence course on learning television servicing. People ask me, how do I learn? How do I know about this stuff? Reading stuff like this. This is a compilation of a number of publications. This final one is, I think, particularly interesting. It's how to use an oscilloscope. TV troubleshooting with an oscilloscope. And the other sections are on how the the various circuits work. Start out with basic theory and then go through different circuits and how to troubleshoot them. That looks like it'd be a really, really good read. This NRI service manual. I think this, well, it's National Radio Institute, but it sure looks a lot like Riders. Maybe they were associated. I see Riders Publishing in here. This is a compendium of radio service info. All of this has been scanned. I think you can get probably every one of these online for free at Nostalgia Air. But it's nice to have the hard copy. Sometimes scans are not the greatest quality. And who can say no to free, so I grabbed that. Alright, what the heck are we looking at here? Well, there was a radio chassis just on its own, no cabinet, no speaker sitting out. Looked pretty nice. A little bit higher end, something from the late 30s with the I-tube. I've got it, I'll show you in a moment. Well, this turned out was the front of it. It came from a custom installation in Evanston, Illinois. I don't know that I'll be redoing this or making a cabinet or anything. But I do have the rather large speaker. It's a Fairbanks Morris, I guess. Custom install 2 of 2. So, what I got this for, ooh, got a nice grill cloth too, if I can scavenge that. Something else. I got it because I thought it'd be a good educational radio to restore. After it's working, what I'll do with it, I don't know, but it was a nice looking radio. Oh, this TV, you know, for 25 bucks, I figured it'd make an interesting video, if nothing else. I have no idea if I'll be able to restore this. So number one, the picture tube has been necked, meaning the neck of it has been broken off. The vacuum is gone, the picture tube is shot, it can't be saved. But it looks like a standard 17-inch picture tube. Yes, the base will be different. They use different base connectors in England. But the shape of it from at least the front of it looks the same as any probably 90-degree deflection angle 17-inch CRT, super common. I'm guessing this is mid to late 50s, because the late 50s into the 60s they went, well, you know, when the Predicta came out, they went with 110-degree deflection, much shallower cabinets. But this sure looks like mid 50s. Now, assuming we can get past the picture tube, we're missing at least a knob, which I'm guessing will be impossible to find here, but I have no idea how common or rare these might be in England, or what the parts availability is like. Whatever was covering this is molded plastic painted brass color. Well, that's obviously been damaged. Apparently this was in a pub, an Irish pub in England. I don't know. It's a little kind of Bakelite insert here for your horizontal and vertical hold. The back is on the set. I have not looked inside. It's made out of veneered plywood, it looks like. Not the greatest quality construction. Obviously we've got bunches of veneer missing. Now the good thing is it's just painted a translucent brown. It's a brown toner lacquer. So about as simple a cabinet as you can get if I choose to restore it. There's no model on it. All I know is it's an Echo ECKO, I guess. Do still have the logo up here. All right, this guy. I restored a Brunswick 5KR, which came in a similar cabinet, which is basically a Radiola 17 or an 18. Well, this is the next generation. This is a Radiola 60. That radio I did earlier in a very similar cabinet was a tuned TRF or regenerative. I don't quite recall. But this is a superhet, one of the earlier super heterodynes. So it has a local oscillator, a mixer, an IF, all the stuff that we would recognize in a more modern radio design. Looks like it's all here. The power switch has become detached. Oh, it's also an AC operated set, not battery operated, as a lot of these radios of the era were when you're talking about the 20s. It's a little sketchy looking inside. That could be mouse nest material. It certainly has some light corrosion. Got most of the tubes and a bunch of globe tubes. I mean, for $5, hard to go wrong. Dial scale's a bit damaged, but reproductions are available. So it sure looks very similar to that TRF or regenerative radio. But this is a superhet. So one of these sections is going to be for the local oscillator frequency, and the other two for bandpass filtering, I would guess. And the lineup on this will be a Type 80 rectifier, probably a bunch of 27 tubes, whereas the early radios were all based on 26. That's a 27, and probably a 71A for the output. 20, yeah, these might all be 27 tubes, which is a general purpose tryout. Yeah, there's the I got the 71A output globe tube. Cool. I just assumed the one that was missing was the output tube, but no, that's a good thing. Yeah, I think this entire radio is built on 27s, except for the rectifier and the output tube. So the IF, the RF, the local oscillator, all Type 27s. And most of these are Radiotron UI227s, so probably the originals. Cool. Anyways, that might be fun to play around with. I like the kind of Art Nouveau looking escutcheon up front. Should be a dial lamp back in there. Oh, there was an entire set of Keith Kit test equipment, all very pretty looking like this. Very good condition. RF generator, scope, VTVM. The only thing I grabbed was the signal tracer. I just don't have unlimited space for everything. I don't have one, but it's something that people often ask me about when I do troubleshooting. Have you ever troubleshooted with a signal tracer? No, I haven't. The general gist of this is you've got an input, and inside it's got a detector. So you can probe this around, whether it's RF or IF or audio frequency. It'll try to convert whatever you're probing into something you can hear. So we've got a speaker and we've got gain. And so we've also got some extra stuff I don't know if that's B plus in or B plus out. Like, in other words, I don't know if you can power the set from this device. Probably that's what that is. And voice coil secondary, so I'm thinking maybe you can also use this as an external speaker and hook this up to something. If maybe the speaker is shot or the output transformer is shot, maybe you can substitute this for it. I know it says an external or internal speaker. Power cord's been cut off. I don't see where a connection for the external speaker would be. I do not know if this was pre-assembled by someone else or if somebody built this as a kit. I really don't know anything about it. I just thought, hey, a nice looking signal tracer for a few bucks. Why not? So those must be the various, depending on what kind of impedances you have, how you can hook things up and set your switches. Ah, I see. So that must be, there must be a multi-tapped transformer in there, and this is setting the primary and secondary impedances. Or sorry, the primary impedances for push-pull, or I'm guessing that means Class A B plus plate. And yes, the new bathroom vanity, the granite vanity, is still in the garage. I'm trying to line up a weekend when we can dismantle the bathroom and get this hauled up and installed. Here's the Fairbanks Morris chassis that I was so enamored by that I had to pick it up. I mean, for a few bucks, I figured it would be a fun little project to see if we can, you know, get some life out of it. Just as a little troubleshooting, exercising of the gray matter. See if we can get this thing to work. Big old honking power transformer. Got 3 electrolytics. I had set this stuff up that I wanted in a kind of a staging area. Somebody drove over it, or drove into it. I didn't see any damage at the time, but now I'm seeing, yeah, that's very likely when these IF cans got mashed and this can bent over, and possibly that got bent too. So that's not so nice. Hopefully that's all just cosmetic. I'm most concerned about these, because there are ceramic trimmer caps right down inside there. I would hate to have those get damaged. And here's a peek at the underside. It looks like a little bit of work was done at some point in the past. Some new caps just tacked in place. I think mostly it's original. So, that would be an interesting little project. And it has a very nice dial on it. Just 2 more things. This really surprised me. You may recall I picked up a JVC Delmonico a few years ago with a carrying case and battery charger and such. And I think I was able to power it up and get a raster but no reception. Well, hey, there was another identical one there for, I think I paid $10 for this. And mine has, the antenna's busted off, and this has a fully intact antenna. It's missing some knobs, or a knob and some other stuff maybe. But it'll be interesting to, 1, to power this up, see if it works, and 2, see what we can swap between the two and get one nice working set. So JVC, that's it's early Japanese stuff. Japanese Victor Corporation or something like that, or Victor Company. And finally, some parts. It was $1 a bag, grab bags, a bunch of silver mica, 500 volt capacitors, some plastic film, some adapters, 75 ohm to 300 twin lead for TVs, so I couldn't pass up on that deal. Oh boy, it's good to be home. I think I got a little bit sunburnt. It was short, it was hot, and then again it seems to always be on the hottest weekend of the summer. But it was a good time. The turnout was pretty good. Got to see some old faces and meet some new folks. For those of you who came up to me and recognized me, introduce yourselves. It was a bit overwhelming, and if I didn't spend as much time talking or seemed a little short, my apologies. I was a bit overwhelmed, and I had people talking to me from multiple directions at once. I haven't looked at any of the footage yet. I hope it turned out well, so it's not too disorienting or confusing to watch. I tried to get some conversations in as folks came up to me and talked about interesting topics. I was happy to get as much as I did. I honestly didn't expect to be bringing home anything. Certainly not a British console TV from the mid-50s, that's for sure. But I like to keep things interesting. Of course, going to be going back to working on the Predictas, but in between them, I will start taking a look at some of the new stuff. I really want to get back into radios. There was a good seminar talk there about software-defined radios and Raspberry Pis and stuff like that. That was kind of neat. That could be something to play around with someday, maybe. But meanwhile, yeah, I'm going to get back to the TVs. I have about 4 more of the 17-inch. One's almost done, and I'm going to do 1 more 17, then jump into the 21s for finishing off the last of the 17s. So that's going to take up a bit of time, but I need to take some breaks in between sets because it's good to mix things up. I'm not sick of Predictas by any means, but I'm also anxious to start getting back to or working on some of the many other things I have. I hope this is enjoyable for those of you, especially who can't get out to some of these swap meets. I see complaints online about how things are overpriced on eBay and things get damaged in shipping. If you can manage it, take a road trip. Go to Kutzfest, go to ARCI Radiofest, go to one of the others in the Midwest. There's something almost every weekend, and you will get pretty good deals. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.